foolish mortals.
Hello there. Are you insane? Get out of here!
Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Right, off you go.
Welcome to Average Joe Orlando. Welcome to Average Joe Orlando, reporting for KMV Travel. I'm Joe, and today I'm joined by Kelly from KMV Travel. Hi, Kelly.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited for you to join the podcast for your first time.
Yes. Long-time listener. First time listener.
Perfect. And well, you will be back.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, today we're going to discuss one of my favorite Disney events, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And I know that you just recently went. I've been about 3 times in the past, so I definitely want to talk about all the nuances and all the fun things and things that change every year. But to start off, I have 2 questions for you. 1, tell me about KMV Travel. What do you do? What services you provide? And 2, I want to know what costume you wore for Mickey's Not So Scary. Also very important.
Yes. So KMV Travel, we were actually just voted the Orlando's best travel agency of
Congratulations.
2025. Thank you. So we are a full service travel agency. So we can offer everything from your flights, ground transportation, accommodations, daily itinerary planning, basically everything you would need for your travel, both to theme parks, but also to other locations as well. So we do service worldwide. We can help with cruises, all-inclusives. Basically, if you can get there, we can help you make that happen. So our help is complimentary for most vacations, and you can always reach out for a consultation call to learn a little bit more.
Perfect. Thanks. Yeah, I know you booked my Utopia of the Seas cruise, so thank you
Yes.
for that.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what did you wear for Mickey's Not So Scary? I know I wore many costumes for every year I went. You have to dress up as an adult even, but what did you dress as?
Yes, so I went with my friend and colleague Erica, and we dressed up as Mike and Sully. We did do a bit of like a Disney bound, and that is going to be one of my first pro tips.
Perfect.
Do not wear a full costume. You will die.
I made that mistake, yes.
Yes, yeah. We all learn from experience. Do the Disney bound, color and everything. You'll feel much better.
I did a wig one year. I did Sia and wore a heavy wig, and it's very warm still. So even though it's Halloween time, it is hot in Florida.
Yes.
Perfect. This episode of Average Joe Orlando is sponsored by KMV Travel, a travel agency that helps families of all shapes and sizes plan personalized vacations and create unforgettable memories. No matter where you're traveling, to your favorite theme park, aboard a cruise, on an all-inclusive getaway, or beyond, the dedicated advisors at KMV Travel will provide personalized travel guidance and unmatched service at no additional cost to you. To learn more and start planning your vacation with expert guidance, visit kmvtravel.com/Joe. All right, well, let's start at the top. How do you get there? Tickets, dates, what do we do?
Yeah, so Mickey's Not So Scary normally takes place from August through October, and it's going to be select nights at Magic Kingdom.
Perfect.
It does start at 7 p.m. and run until midnight, but guests who have a ticket can actually enter at 4 p.m. So there's a nice little 3-hour buffer where you can kind of get a ton of stuff done in the parks that may not be specific to Mickey's Not So Scary.
Question for you. So say I have already a park ticket, like me, annual pass holder. Could I be in the park for the day and then just stay or anything like that? Or
I wish, because I'm also an annual pass holder, but no, unfortunately at 6 p.m.
Okay.
The park will close. And if you are not a guest that has a Mickey's Not So Scary ticket, then you will have to exit the park.
Gotcha.
That's why Park Hopper is always really great, especially during these times, because you can hit Magic Kingdom in the morning with lower crowds and then head over to another park.
great.
And the park, like I said, is going to close at 6. That does mean that there's not going to be any evening performances.
Gotcha.
So Happily Ever After, Disney Starlight, all of that won't take place. And these tickets are a little bit expensive, I will say, if you are going to opt for those Mickey's Not So Scary. But this is going to give you a lot of exclusive event entertainment, character meet and greets, trick-or-treating, a lot that goes on. So for this current year, it's $119 to $229 per ticket, depending on the date that you go. But that does change per year. So definitely make sure to reach out to your travel advisor or check out the website, and you'll be able to see what it is for the year that you're looking to go.
Perfect. And then I guess even though it is a little bit more money, I can probably do most of the rides that night anyway that I normally during a day wouldn't be, because I'm assuming the wait times are going to be a little bit lower than
Definitely. Yes. This is one of the best things that I say to families when they are just trying to pack a ton into a really short trip. Utilize these types of events to get on those rides that are going to have longer waits. So like a Tiana's Bayou, a Tron, you can get onto those, plus experience some of the party, and kind of get a ton knocked off your list.
Perfect. And then I'm sure there's also things that are exclusive to the party that we can't normally see as a regular day guest anyway.
Oh my gosh, the list is very long.
Let's go.
For Mickey's Not So Scary. So we'll start with entertainment, because I think this is probably my favorite part.
Same.
And this is like, I think this is what they do the best.
Mm-hmm.
So over at the castle stage, so right in front of Cinderella's castle, it gets kind of taken over by the Sanderson Sisters. Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular. If you haven't seen this before, look it up on YouTube. It is so good. And it does run several times each night. When you are there in the beginning of the season, it's going to be less times because it doesn't get dark early enough.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, so check the times guide for that. And that's definitely one, if you want lower crowd levels, head there a little bit later, kind of skip that first show.
If I could stay awake late, I will stay there late.
I will say I have not made it to the end of a party
Fair.
in like 4 years.
I was going to say, this party starts after your bedtime anyway,
yeah.
so I'm proud of you for staying up for the whole party.
So the other one that is a favorite, this probably is the favorite out of all the entertainment for most people, is Mickey's Booty You Parade.
My favorite parade that they always do.
Right? And it gets better and better every year, let's be honest. So they did something that was really great for me and all the other children that are there. They moved the early parade even earlier.
Perfect.
So it's now at 8:15 p.m. and 11:15. So hopefully that will continue. But it does make it really reasonable for kids to be able to stay up. Because you can do the 8:15 Mickey's Booty You Parade, goes from Frontierland to Town Square, and then just stay for the Disney Not So Scary Spectacular Fireworks at 10 p.m., and then you can have the kids in bed by 11, or me in bed by 11.
Fair.
Yeah.
I remember my 20 staying for the second parade because I remember it being a lot less busy. Now I don't think I could do that. No, it's probably the same thing. That will be past bedtime, but I remember like if you stay for the second parade, maybe we won't have to deal with the same crowds or anything like that.
Totally. That is a great pro tip. If you can stay up, go for the second parade. If you are going to do the first parade, head to Frontierland, Liberty Square area. One, is going to start in that area, so you're not going to wait as long. But also, two, it is going to be less crowded than Main Street. Main Street normally is the one that everyone kind of wants to see it from there, of course. But you still get an incredible view.
I remember doing that. Frontierland, second parade, had nobody around me.
Oh, yeah,
Love it.
that's the best, yeah.
Now, can I stay awake? Probably not.
No,
but hey.
No. Lots of caffeine that day.
Exactly. Good job for you that day.
Yes. So there are a few other things that are kind of, they're not as, as big as these other entertainment that we've been talking about. But over in Adventureland, Rusty Cutlass, this is across from Pirates of the Caribbean. And what was cool this year was they actually had kind of like an improv group that came up in between their sets. So Rusty Cutlass is a band that's going to play. It's all different pirates. But in between that, there was kind of like an improv group. So lots over in Adventureland. And there's obviously trick-or-treat trails around there, which we can talk about later.
Yes.
But over in Tomorrowland, if you like to dance, this is your place to be. The Disney Junior Jam dance party. It has Fancy Nancy, Vampirina, and a very excited DJ who is like, he is the show over there. But that goes on from 7 to 12, so you can't miss it. And then also, this was my favorite part this year, the Zombeats Bash dance party. So this is normally kind of more geared towards the teens and me, clearly. But it has been Descendants. It's been other things that have kind of come from Disney Channel.
Cool.
And this year, the Zombeats Bash, it does go from 7 to 12, but there are actually specific times that they do kind of choreographed dances and things like that. So check out the times guide for that for sure if you are going, because it was really cool to see that.
That's fun. Okay. Something different. I have to see that movie still now.
Yeah. Well, you got all 4 to go.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, buckle up.
Okay.
But also something new was over in Storybook Circus, DJ Ringmaster. So this was going from 7 to 12. It's basically like a dance party. But also when you were back there, there was all this different, like with hula hoops and just, it was very much a show. It was, and it kind of has some seating around it. Not many people were over there, but it is a good spot.
I didn't even know about it. That's cool. Okay.
Is a good spot if you are going to try to see like Daisy and Goofy. They meet over in Pete's Silly Sideshow, and then this is right there. So there's several trick-or-treat trails around this area. So it's a good spot if you kind of want to hit a lot, especially if you have little ones, and then kind of make your way out. So it's if you're looking for the most logistical way to do it, that's the spot to hit.
Cool. Now, speaking of Pete's Silly Sideshow, I got that right, the nomenclature. the characters in there. So who's in there? Who's everywhere? Are they in special costumes? I know, like this one, I went to the Christmas party one time and I saw the Seven Dwarfs, and they always had different costumes on and kind of that thing. So like, what characters could we maybe hope to see at this party?
Yes. So they started off with a bang as you walk into Magic Kingdom, because right in Main Street, USA, in the Main Street Theater, Town Square Theater, yes, is Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. Minnie's now headed over with Mickey there, and they're in their Halloween costumes. Cool. And then on the other side of that is Jack and Sally. So this is the most sought after one. I think when we came in, it was about a 240-minute wait.
I can't do that math, but that sounds long.
Yep. So this is a nice thing, though. If you are getting there at 4 p.m., when you're able to get in, even though the party doesn't start at 7, they will allow you as a party guest to enter this line. Okay. So they'll actually start meeting at 4. So you have a lot of opportunity to see Jack and Sally.
Kind of not wasting that party time yet to actually hop in line.
Exactly.
Get a jump start.
Yeah. So definitely one of the biggest things with these parties is prioritizing. And if characters are your priority, that's going to be something that you want to try to use as much time in that beginning half that you can.
And I saw Jack had a little bit of an updated look this year too, so
yes, he had a little bit of a facelift. He looks really good.
He looks good.
Yeah. But also they're really fun characters to me. They're really great with engaging with the guests.
Cool.
So I don't know if it's worth a 4-hour wait, but
I don't know if anything
maybe
is.
Maybe like
a
60-minute wait.
I'd do that, yeah.
Yeah, you're in air conditioning. So over in Adventureland, you kind of have all of the Aladdin crew, plus Captain Jack Sparrow. Frontierland, the Country Bears are actually just walking around.
Cool.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I missed a very important piece of entertainment that the Country Bears are kind of right by, the Cadaver Dance. So the Dapper Dans will be up on the bridge kind of between Adventureland and Frontierland. That it's a bridge for them, but it's not a bridge for us. And they'll actually have the Hitchhiking Ghosts from Haunted Mansion come out.
Very cool.
So you kind of get a lot of different characters over there. In Tomorrowland, you have Stitch, and then Fantasyland is packed.
Okay.
You have Lady Tremaine, Anastasia, Drizella, Daisy, Goofy, Pluto, Alice, all of her people. You got some princesses, and then of course Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, Piglet, and we have Mirabelle and Bruno too.
Cool.
So lots over there.
Yeah, lots that you don't normally see on a regular day.
Yes.
Now, I remember my favorite part when I went was getting the bag and doing trick-or-treating, because obviously as an adult I don't go door to door, but doing it there, totally socially acceptable. And I even filled my bag and had so much candy that I probably ate for like a few months. So can you tell us about the trick-or-treating at this event?
Yes. So there are 14 different locations.
Wow, okay.
And this does change, where the locations are throughout the years. But you can pretty much know you're going to get about that amount. And these are going to open at 7 p.m. So when you enter the party, you'll be given a trick-or-treat bag. And you normally are going to get like a giant size, M&M or something like that. It's like, the best house on the block. So they'll give you that. And then at 7 p.m. when they do open, you will have these different locations that you can go to. You'll walk through. In the past, they've been pretty unthemed, these areas that just kind of like, you go up and you grab your candy. But I will say this year, they did a lot to upgrade this experience. So several of the locations had characters that you kind of were going past.
That's cool.
There was really cool lighting and music design that was going on with Diamond Horseshoe over in Frontierland. So they've made it into more of an experience with it, which I think a lot of the adults that are doing this really appreciate. And you get to see some other characters too.
So a little bit like Oogie Boogie at Disney California Adventure with the walk by of the characters.
Yes, exactly. That was the vibe that I got, which I think is like the best part of Oogie Boogie
Very
to bring
cool.
over here. So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I saw recently they also do, if you have a allergy, since we know a lot of people have now different allergies, usually to peanuts and stuff like that, they'll do more of an allergy token, I believe, that you get at the station and that you can cash in later at the end of the night for more allergy-friendly candy.
Exactly. So when you do pick up your bag, very similar to like if you see now when kids are trick-or-treating, there's those blue jack-o'-lanterns
Yes.
that you get. So you can ask for a blue bag, and that kind of denotes that you do have an allergy. And then even if you don't have the bag and you forgot to ask for that, when you do go to the trick-or-treat spots, you can ask for a token. And then there's 2 locations throughout the park that you can actually go and just grab some candies that is select through them that are allergy friendly.
Cool.
So I believe it's in Liberty Square and then in Town Square.
Perfect. So spread out throughout the park. That's cool. I like that they do that.
Yeah.
Now, I remember they did layovers when I went for the Christmas party. They did some different layovers, and they had some special features on rides and anything like that. So anything about attractions that anybody should know that they must do, have to see, something unique.
Yeah. So, they aren't really overlays. I never know the right term to use for them because these are things that are going to change literally at 7 p.m. So it's not going to be this huge, like you're going to see like Haunted Mansion turned into Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's going to be a very different Halloween experience.
Cool.
So Space Mountain, if you have ever wanted it to be even more terrifying,
Yes.
this is
Yes,
your
I do.
chance. So it is basically pitch dark in there, and then they have some spooky music that they play.
Cool.
Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor turns into a trick-or-treat spot, but they also have a continuous show that's going on, and they're kind of heckling you as you walk by.
Did you get heckled in your Monsters Inc. costume?
We didn't do this.
What?
Can you believe it? I know.
That's your
I
laugh
know.
floor.
Yeah. We should have, though, of course.
You work there.
Yeah. So, but they'll do that, and they'll kind of have some Halloween, jokes
Cool.
and everything. And then Mad Tea Party will have special lighting effect and special music that they have going on. And then I say there's like 2 that they don't actually name, but I think that they're Halloween experiences. Haunted Mansion, as you're going through the queue, they do sometimes have the ghosts out.
Yes.
So that's really cool because you kind of just get a quick glance of them as you're walking in. And then also, I think that the People Mover also gets an overlay because as you go through the Space Mountain section, you get to see the Space Mountain.
My favorite ride in the park.
Right?
I love the People Mover.
Yeah. So that's always my must do in these parties.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I always like to end Average Joe when I do like a review or something on my must-do tips and tricks. So what would you say as somebody who goes every year, what are your must-do tips and tricks as like your bullet points for recapping?
Yeah, I would say one of the biggest things is buy your tickets early. Nights will sell out. This isn't one where it's like you have to be on the day that they drop the tickets.
Fair.
But today, all of August has sold out.
Wow.
And October is quickly selling out. So especially if you are thinking you want to do like a Halloween night or just around that time, it is going to sell out pretty early. First night always does. So that's really important. Take advantage of that extra park time that you have to do a sit-down meal. There is going to be specialty dining when you're at the party, but it's going to be more of, you can do quick service, there'll be some different special dishes, some snacks. So that's not going to take up a ton of your time, but if you need to have like your full dinner or something like that, I would say plan a sit-down meal during that 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock time, so you don't have to really eat up that party time with it.
Fair.
The other thing I would say is dress up. Even as an adult, it is like so fun to do that.
I agree. And people watching everybody else with all the other cool costumes.
Yes. Yeah, oh my gosh. That's like one of the best things is when you are on the People Mover and you like see everybody that's going by.
I do love that.
Yeah. And take advantage too of the pictures spots that you can go to, the photo pass, when you're with, your group that you dressed up with.
Yeah.
And then always go in with a plan. I say this for every park day, every vacation, whatever it may be. Even if it's I don't care what I'm going to do, we're just going to kind of walk and see what happens. Especially when you're going with a group of people, make sure you know what your priorities are, because you can waste a lot of time trying to figure that out when you get in. And this is going to be a shorter amount of time. It is 7 to 12, but once things start, it goes very fast.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to see it all and do it all. So.
No, yeah.
Yes.
That's why we can go back every year and I still get new experiences.
That's cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us for the first time for the podcast. So happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And you will definitely be back.
I will be back.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. So if you're ready to have not the average vacation, be sure to reach out to our sponsor, KMV Travel, a travel agency that provides complimentary vacation planning assistance to families of all shapes and sizes to destinations including theme parks, most major cruise lines, all-inclusive destinations, and beyond. Start planning today at kmvtravel.com/Joe. Once again, that's kmvtravel.com/Joe. Link in the description box below. Well, thanks for listening to Average Joe Orlando reporting for KMV Travel. I'm Joe.
I'm Kelly.
And we will see you at the parks. Thanks for taking a ride with Average Joe Orlando.
You made it! I knew you would.
Is everyone okay? Hope you still want to open an account.
Say cheese. See you later.
Thanks, everybody. You were brilliant.
At this time, gather up your personal belongings and take your small grubs by their grubby little hands as you exit. Thank you.